This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July meeting of the Finance Committee and of the full board. For members of the public attending remotely, we ask that you please close other programs on your computer or phone, silence your cell phone, and mute your audio when not speaking. Agendas for today's meeting are available at hrbrrd.ny.gov under board meetings. The conference organizer will monitor the program's chat function for anybody wishing to address the board during the public comment period during the meeting of the full board. For anyone wishing to address the board, kindly use the chat function or email brao@hrbrrd.ny.gov or simply speak up during the public comment period during the full board meeting. I will now turn the gavel over to Mr. DeWitt for our Finance Committee meeting, where we will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Mr. Ashland. Committee Chair Ken DeWitt. Here. Committee members Albert Hayes. Here. And Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Board Chair Mark Finkel.
Here.
Board members Richard Byrd and Nicole Allen.
Here.
Mr. Byrd is joining us via video shortly. Executive Director John Callahan. Here. General Counsel Robert Leslie here. Chief Fiscal Officer Timothy Minicha.
Here.
Chief Engineer Robert Fulton.
Here.
And the Director of Administrative Services, Stephanie Riziki. Here. Everybody is. Mr. Candido is absent.
Mr. Byrd, I think.
Mr. Byrd is here.
Okay.
Can I have a motion to adopt the revised meeting agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Reagan, second.
I will second that.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. Approval of the June 9th, 2026 Finance Committee meeting minutes.
I will make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Hayes, Mr. Reagan.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved. Committee business under new business. Motion to advance to the full board recommend adoption of a resolution to authorize reapportions for capital projects. Mr. Minichi.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find the reappropriation resolution on page 6 of your packet. You may recall that at previous summer meetings in the last few years, we've asked the board to approve use of a budget practice called reappropriation to better ensure that the regulating district has the authority to spend on capital projects in the needed amounts and accounts. This resolution seeks approval to engage in this reappropriation exercise for the 2026-27 fiscal year. On page 7, you see the amounts we would like to reappropriate and the specific accounts where those changes would take place, totaling $2,995,916. The vast majority, nearly 91% of the total, are in accounts connected to the Indian Lake Dam Rehabilitation Project. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that any of you have about this resolution.
If there are none, can I have a motion to advance to the full board and recommend the adoption of the resolution to reapportion for capital projects?
I will make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
Mr. Hayes, Mr. Reagan.
discussion, all in favor,
Aye.
opposed, motion approved. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Reagan,
I will second that. Mr. Hayes, out 10:05.
discussion, all in favor,
Aye.
Aye.
opposed, motion approved. Okay, we are ready to have some. Gab?
In case we get routed.
Call the July meeting of the Hudson River Black River Board to order. Roll call, Mr. Leslie.
Board Chair Mark Finkel.
Here.
First Vice Chair Ken Witt. Here. Second Vice Chair Nicole Allen.
Here.
Board members Albert Hayes.
Here.
Mr. Candido is excused. Richard Byrd.
Here.
And Timothy Reagan.
Here.
Executive Director John Callahan. Here. General Counsel Robert Leslie here. Chief Engineer Robert Coltan.
Here.
Chief Fiscal Officer Timothy Manija.
Here.
And the Director of Administrative Services Stephanie Rizicki.
Here.
All our county.
Thank you. We need a motion to adopt and or revise the meeting agenda. And please note, we will be going into executive session. I need a motion to accept.
I make that motion.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have no guests here. Is there any, and no public, nobody here for public comment unless there's somebody on Zoom. Is there anyone on Zoom for public comment?
I haven't heard from anyone yet.
Okay, so hearing none, I'll ask for approval of the June 9th regular board meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. Hayes, Mr. Witt.
Any further discussion or corrections? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, a report of our executive director, Mr. Callahan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the board. My report appears on page 18. Before I pause for any questions that the board may have, I'll just note a couple of milestones that at various times in recent years had maybe occasion to wonder if we'd ever see. Things sometimes move more slowly than we'd like. But the first, after several years of working with the Attorney General's office, I'm sure you'll hear more about this from Mr. Leslie, but I'd like to just commend his efforts to get to the point where we have taken Erie Boulevard to court, or the Attorney General has on behalf of the state of New York, pursuant to the, prior to the statute of limitations deadline that the council has discussed with the board previously. And a notable milestone between last meeting and this one was the advertisement of the Conklinville Dam project. And credit to Rob and his team over the course of many years working with, and you can say many years on this one, Rob, working with the Office of General Services.
Decades.
Yeah, that project is out on the street with an opening scheduled for August 19th. So a couple really significant milestones that I think are reflective, not so much of, me and my report, but the team here, both group efforts and both good to advance to the next phase. So with that, I'll pause for any questions members may have.
Any questions? Thank you very much. Contracts and actions. First one, motion to approve regulating district's annual report, January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025. Ken.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You've got a copy of the report in front of you, and Megan was kind enough to circulate an electronic version last week. This fulfills a statutory requirement. The information reported by law does not change very much year to year, but this is a report on our calendar year 2025 operations. And I'll pause for any questions we may have, but otherwise we'd ask for a resolution to approve the report, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions, comments, corrections? Need a motion to accept the annual report?
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Hayes.
Second,
I'll second.
any further discussion on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, resolution authorizing the executive director to negotiate and enter into an agreement with Interactive Media Consulting LLC. Mr. Z.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The resolution appears on page 19 and the contract proposal begins on page 21. These documents outline the specific services provided by Interactive Media Consulting, or IMC. requesting board authorization to renew the contract with IMC so they can continue providing services for the upcoming year. Staff is highly satisfied with IMC's performance and recommends continuing this service agreement in the amount of $8,603. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have about the proposal.
Is this gonna be from now on, every year we have to do that, or is it some point in time that we don't need to because we can sustain it ourselves?
It's a online service that the IMC provides for us. They own the portal that we utilize, so it will be a service providing for us. As well as tech support. During renewal period, we had a lot of people who were trying to go online and use the service.
Yeah.
And after hours, weekends, we're not here, they provide that technical assistance.
It's nice.
Thanks.
Okay, I need a motion to authorize the contract.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
1 second. Do it.
any further discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye. Next, resolution authorizing the expenditure of $15,000 for concrete foundation for the new cold storage garage at the Sacandaga Field Office.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As the members are pulling into the facility today, you've no doubt noticed the patch where there is no lawn. This is a continuation of a lot of improvements and under Matt Ginter's leadership as operations manager. You've seen around the regulating district's Sacandaga Field Office, including the ADA improvements, the front door. This is more about taking care of the equipment that we have. We have, thanks to the board's leadership, invested in some new equipment. We've also gotten a hand-me-down or two from other state agencies, and we're very interested in extending the life of this equipment to the greatest extent possible and having a safe, dry area to store and work on it. This cold storage garage will be between the entrance and the visitor parking. Again, probably passed on your way in. And this resolution would authorize $15,000 to Hoos Construction to pour the concrete foundation for the cold storage building, which will itself be constructed in-house by regulating district personnel. Rob, you add anything to that?
No.
So with that, Mr. Chairman, we ask for the support on this item and pause for any questions the members may have.
Cold storage in my environment is refrigerated.
This is
No, that's not, I'm hoping this isn't refrigerated.
not
You're not storing the whole Lake's beer.
not refrigerated, nor will it be heated. So
That's kind of what I said, okay, it's got to, when I saw that, I started laughing to myself. I said, oh, different terminology.
No, but if it was a refrigerated building, I'd spend most of my summers there, especially this.
Well, I need a motion authorizing the expenditure of $15,000, a concrete foundation for a new cold storage garage at SFO. Motion?
I make that motion.
You have a second?
I'll second. Oh, go ahead.
Ms. DeWitt, Ms. Allen?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution authorizing the expenditure of $22,401.11 for materials to erect the cold storage garage.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Same project, different authorization, this time for the actual building materials that will again be utilized by regulating district staff to construct the building here on site. These materials will be provided by Kingsborough Lumber in the amount of $22,410.11.
400, it says 401. Is it 410?
410,
I apologize. We need an extra dime.
Actually, $9.
Yeah.
Motion to authorize the
Yes,
expenditure?
yes.
Now, is this going to be a metal building or a structure?
It will be, there will be structural steel, but only for a very small part of it, otherwise be a wood frame building.
Because you see a lot of those.
Yes.
Mhm.
metal buildings.
It won't be sort of
Like a
prefab metal building.
The more.
Yes, exactly.
It'll
Well,
fit
not-
in,
it's not
it'll
that
fit in
fine.
with the surroundings here. is
That's
what
right.
you're doing.
It'll be aesthetically appropriate.
That's the word.
We are using, repurposing
That's a great
some
point.
steel, as
Yes,
John mentioned,
yes.
steel, at the door frames and headers that, were left over from previous, projects, Hawkinsville, I think.
Yeah. I think that's,
Indian Lake, or
I think it's from Hawkins. They were used for the showing.
Chairman brings a good point. It is 41011 versus 40111.
Thank you.
Do you know which of those it is?
410-11.
Yeah, make sure you round it up.
Yeah, yeah, that's.
Okay, so I
Easiest
need,
question I'll answer all day.
need a resolution authorizing the expenditure of $22,410.11 for materials for the cold storage garage. Motion?
Motion,
Second.
Mr. DeWitt, Mr. Ray.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Who's opposed? Last, on the contracts, a resolution authorizing the expenditure of $34,700 for external audit of the dam safety program at Conklinville and Stillwater dams.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, memorandums on page 28. Federal Energy Regulatory Commission requires external auditing of a dam owner's safety program. And staff has reviewed qualifications and found that HDR is the most qualified firm to complete and conduct that external audit. And they have proposed to use Catherine Cayley, PE, as lead auditor, and as well as other team members from HDR, and provided a proposed fee not to exceed $34,700. Staff recommends acceptance of HDR's proposal to complete the external audit and seeks board authorization to form a contract C01-2026 for the completion of the work and authorization for the executive director to execute an agreement in the amount not to exceed $34,700.
Have a motion authorizing that expenditure?
Mark, can I just ask one question? What's all included in that? Is that, when I read the safety part going through, is that the coordinating with the local communities on if case there's a problem with it? I mean, what's all,
No, it's a review of the
Just structure.
actual program that we have that establishes training for staff, field observation methods, annual inspection methods and processes, all of which conform to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission requirements for a dam safety owner program.
and
What you're speaking of is an emergency action plan. We have separately run emergency action plans that we have developed for, and in the event of a potential failure on our dams. But that's a different 5-year review process that goes on.
and this process happens how often?
This is about every 5 years. They have
Every 5 years on that?
Yes.
And are they actually reviewing the safety of the dam itself, or what are they actually
No.
looking at?
They're looking at our program.
Just the
So we have
program,
a written program
just a written program.
that describes what we do to ensure that the structure is inspected and maintained properly, consistent with FERC regulations. And so they review that and compare it to what FERC recommends is to be included in that program.
And so if there's been any changes during that 5-year period of time, they would update what those changes were.
They're not going to update. If they find something that would be missing from the program.
And then you have to-
they
then you
would
have to
make a
update it.
recommendation and update it.
But if FERC had updated their recommendations, that would be.
We would have already made those changes, yeah.
Okay, that's, I was wondering.
It's
FERC must
already,
keep-
it's received an audit previously, and we make minor changes,
Is this just more for a second look or somebody taking a look and making sure that whatever FERC gave you,
It's an independent confirmation.
that you're with
FERC
track.
that
You're where you
we
need to be.
actually have the dam safety program that FERC requires.
Any other comments? Then I need a resolution authorizing the expenditure of not more than $34,700 for an external audit of the dam safety programs at Conklin Middle and Stillwater. We have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Ms. Allen?
Second?
I'll second. Mr. Stewart?
Any further discussion or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, we move to staff and committee reports. Finance Committee report, Mr. DeWitt.
I have a resolution to authorize reimbursement for capital projects. I think you were all here during the finance meeting. Does anyone want any more questions, or if not, we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second that. Mr. Reagan, Mr. Haynes?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Staff and committee reports, General Counsel, Mr. Leslie.
My principal thing is that, as Mr. Callahan noted, the General Recovers Unit of the OAG's Civil Recovers Bureau has filed a civil action against Erie Boulevard. The suit has been filed in Albany County Supreme Court. We will have an opportunity to speak of that later in our executive session. The other thing is we have received an order to show cause signed by a circuit court judge in Saratoga County asking us to demonstrate why we should or should not be forced to produce a witness and documentary evidence in a proceeding where one party is objecting to the other party's accounting in an estate in Saratoga County. We are involved because we identified certain violations of the rules and regulations governing the conduct of activities on Sacandaga Lake. And the two parties are kind of fighting over whose fault that might be, whose those expenses might be attributable to. That is going to suck up a lot of time, but it's something we can do.
Oh, okay. Any questions? Director of Administrative Services, Mr. Zicki.
Mr. Chairman, my report is located on page 44 of the board packet. I will just briefly mention a few items from the past month. First, I'm pleased to report that our new SFO security system is up and running and officially complete. To support this rollout, I developed SOPs and an incident report for staff to follow and provide training so we can ensure that the system is being used properly and incidents are tracked if they happen. Second, our annual New York State Executive Order report was completed and submitted. This is a state mandate regarding the state as a model employer for individuals with disabilities, and our filing details our agency's compliance and strategic hiring goals. Lastly, just a quick reminder that pursuant to Public Authority Section 2879, the contract status sheets are included in your packet and they satisfy that requirement. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments? Chief Fiscal Officer, Mr. Lisa.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You can find the CFO report on page 46 of your packet. I was happy to report to you in the fiscal summary that the regulating district's year-to-date results, while not final and not yet audited, suggest a better performance than budgeted for fiscal year 2025-26. We continue the process of closing out last fiscal year, so this number will not be the final number. That number will be finalized when we complete the audit process and report to you in October. There is a more detailed and technical explanation in the fiscal summary of the CFO report, and I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has about this or any other aspect of the regulating district's finances.
Any questions? Do we have any expenses to?
I'm glad you asked, Mr. Chair, because I'd like to call your attention to the signed affidavit you can find on page 68 of your packet. It lists necessary and reasonable expenses incurred by a board member relating to his participation in the May board meeting. Article 3, Section 2 of the regulating district's bylaws require the board to approve payment before any reimbursement can be made. And before you ask for a motion, I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has about this item.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We have a motion to accept the expense report.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Mr. Hayes, Mr. Stewart.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Matt, Chief Engineer, Mr. Pope.
And Mr. Chairman, my report is page 69. The Hudson River areas, so below average precip in the month of June, and 45 to 60% of historic average inflow to Great Sacandaga Lake and Indian Lake respectively. And Black River area, similar conditions, mid 60% range of historic average precip with inflow to Stillwater Reservoir, about 39% of historic average. See the graphs that are provided. Despite the drier weather, we are able to still maintaining at least the historic average elevations in our reservoirs as we draw them down. So, most part, providing typical releases, augmenting both Black and Hudson River, and while at the same time maintaining at least that historic elevation as we draw down. That condition is persisting and actually getting a little bit drier in the last week or so, as inflows of most of the reservoirs have dropped off to near zero, with whatever tributary contribution to the reservoirs mostly evaporating before it makes it to the dams. As far as construction goes, and John did mention, summer reports for both Indian Lake and for Old Forge and Sixth Lake. In the Indian Lake, completed some of the grouting inside the wells of the gate wells themselves, and finished installation of the articulating concrete block at the crest of the embankment. And at Old Forge and Sixth Lake, they continued to install the copper dams at Sixth Lake. They started, and we're probably halfway through installation of the copper dam at Old Forge Dam. You have to answer any questions.
Any questions or comments? Thank you. Any other board member questions or comments? I need a resolution for the next board meeting, which is the 9th of September. There's no August meeting. Please note. Need a motion for the next board meeting.
Make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to go into executive session, and please note that probably there will be no board business coming out of that.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second.
Mr. Hayes?
all in favor?
Aye.
Got it.
Any opposed? So we are now in executive session.
Was in the